morning, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we are having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. My name is Yamitra Jojo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. So what better place to be than here with me? I'll be ready to get this day started. It's going to be a good day. Good morning, friend. How you doing? How you doing, TT? I've been thinking about you. I've been thinking about you. I pray all is well. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to the Fearless Morning Show, where we're having confessions and conversations about your everyday life. Let's do the intro so we can talk about some things this morning. Please make sure you share the show, because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to the YouTube channel where they can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Good morning, Margaret. Don't forget, they can binge watch and subscribe. It costs nothing to subscribe. We have the podcast, everywhere podcasts are found, including Alexa. So thank you, Alexa. We have the books, we have the movies, we have all the things. So make sure you share that. So yesterday we've been talking about the healing and cutting things off and healing completely and resolving and letting go. I'm doing good, TT. I think about you, your mama, the dog, your son, like the whole family. Good morning, Miss Joe. Listen, I am the party today. So I wanted all the things, Margaret. So I wanted to talk about risky business. I want to talk about some risky business. And I want to talk about it in terms of insert Prince, this thing that we call life. It is risky, and I think some of us, we are guarded, we are safeguarding, we are timid, we are reserved, whatever other word we can use there. We are that because we don't want to take any risk for anything, anywhere, about nothing. I don't want to start a relationship because that's risky. You know, I got hurt before. I don't want to get a new job because, you know, I've taught these people how to treat me. And even though I don't make what I make, I can do what I want to do. I don't want to change that up because that's risky. Here's my favorite for me. I don't want to lose too much weight, honey, because if I do, you ain't going to be able to handle me because that's risky. And everything that we do in life is risky. You waking up this morning, you took a risk. And you didn't wake yourself up. We'll talk about that another day. You getting in your car is risky. You making a decision to what to eat for lunch to feed your body, not knowing if it's going to make you sick or not, is risky. You doing whatever it is that you do is already risky business. We're already taking a risk. So my question to you is, at what point do we take that same risk, that same to apply it to where we are to get to where we want to be? So if I know that I am comes only to create, never to destroy, and it's risky to understand the I am statement. It's risky to understand the circle of me. It is risky to understand those things. But I take a risk every day not to believe it. But I don't take a risk every day to believe it. Good morning, Miss Love. The risk is there. It's sitting there. We walk it every day, all day. It's just a direction. Remember that we did this exercise a while ago, that this is your life, and this is the good and this is the bad, you know, however you want to see it. And the more you concentrate on this end, the further away you get from this end, right? The more you're able to control this pen and write the story that you want to write. But eventually you got to get to this top part, right? To actually write it. You have to apply pressure here. This whole stick is risky. You're applying pressure every step of the way to inch your way up, to hit this, to write the story that you want. If you don't apply pressure to get to this end, you stay here and you still never write anything different. You never see anything different. You don't color any differently. There's not a different story. There's nothing if you stay here. It's all risky business. I don't want to start that job. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that because it's risky. I don't want to start a business. It's risky business. I don't want to do a retreat. That's risky business. It is a risk every day that you take to die in a mediocre that you are in. I'm talking about JoJo. It is a risk every day that you wake up and convince yourself, hey, this is where it's at, so this is where I'm going to stay. You're taking a risk every day to say those words to yourself. So if it's risky business regardless, you not only will you not do anything, you will stay here. There's nothing wrong with here. Please understand. But if we are here, if I'm on this end, there's nothing wrong with that because everybody has their place in life. And some people are happy here, coloring in gray and black. It is a perfect world for them. But if you want to apply some pressure and add some damn color to your life, you got to take some freaking risk. Every day. Sam Walton didn't know when he started his business, and people say, oh, Sam, you got that little business. He didn't know it was going to be Walmart and what it is today. He took a risk. I'm just saying. Slapping Amazon, slapping Hilton, slapping whoever you want. They had no idea it was going to be this. They took the risk. And every day, they applied that pressure. Every day, they was writing something different. Every day, they was trying out a new color. Because what happens is, once you understand that it's risky business, right? And you got to keep applying that pressure, what will happen is, you keep adding to it, right? You keep adding pressure. You keep adding risk. And before you know it, you got all sorts of colors. You're coloring with everything. You're doing all the things because now the risk is not as overwhelming as it was when you first started out here. Because it's all risky business. It was risky business going to school when you first left high school to go to college to get an education. That was risky. It was risky to say, I'm going to marry somebody in my 20s and have children. That was risky. But guess what? You applied pressure. You got married. You applied more pressure. You raised a kid. You applied more pressure. You got a job. You bought a house. You applied more pressure. You applied more. There is no, it's all risky. Y'all with me? So if it's all risky, then where are we sitting at on here? Good morning, Kimberly. All the, honey, kicking it down every step of the way. I was petrified the first time I did Sister Rise Retreat. I was petrified the first time. I've had 4 workshops. The first workshop I had, Jasmine was the only person who came to the workshop that actually paid for it. Everybody else was my partner's family. The second workshop, I think 25 people showed up, and half of them was my partner's family. The third workshop, none of my friends or family showed up. It was me and my girls, and I think one person showed up that was there for me. The rest of it was my friends' family, what if I'd stopped applying pressure? What if I'd stopped saying, what when it came down to put down the deposit to host the workshop, to live past crazy, and I couldn't put it down because it's risky? What would have happened? The Fearless Morning Show started 5 years ago in October because we were hosting our first event. 5 years ago. A risk, kept applying pressure. The more you apply pressure, the more you get to add. The more you add, the easier. I ain't gonna say the risk doesn't, like you're not scared, but the more you don't mind adding risk to the equation. So on this great, most amazing day, it's all risky business. It's all risky business. It's whatever you decide that you want to take the risk for. You don't have to. You're free to stay here. There's nothing wrong with staying here. It's a beautiful, most amazing place. Period. Come on, Margaret. And it is a scary place to do that. The first Sister Rise retreat, petrified that no one was going to show up. We sold it out. 12 women. Last year, sold it out. 6 women. This year, it will be sold out. It's 6 women again. I have no doubt. I have absolutely no doubt that who needs to be there will absolutely be there. I knew I was taking a risk, but sometimes you got to understand that the risk that you're taking is not for you. I like that. The risk that you are taking is not for you. The risk to host the Sister Rise retreat was for other women who needed to understand how to rise. That was for them. It wasn't for me. And so it didn't matter if JoJo was scared. It didn't matter that I thought it was risky and I didn't understand applying pressure and I didn't understand. It didn't matter because the point was the risk wasn't for me. This risk represented women who needed Sister Rise. That's what that represented. It represented a space where women could come and walk away with a true sister, with a woman that they had never met before. Right, Margaret? They will learn to do all the things. So I have no doubt Sister Rise will sell out again this year. We only open it to 6 people. There's a link right there. I have no doubt. The risk is always there. It's always there, friend. How you direct that risk depends on what the outcome that you see. It's okay to color in black and gray, but the more you start adding risk in, the more you understand you can apply that pressure, the more colors you have, the different your picture becomes. The different your picture becomes, the more you understand that sometimes the risk is not for you, it is for somebody else. So on this most amazing day, it's going to be a good day. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. Because this is risky business. Stepping out into the world to say with your chest. To say it with your chest. My name is Yamitra JoJo Waddell, the only Live Past Crazy specialist. As we step out and you say your full government name, it is risky business. But understand this. As you take your risk, whatever it is, whether it's the risk to stay the same or the risk to do something different. Good morning, Natasha. Whatever that risk is, to stay the same, to go ahead, whatever it's going to do. With our boots, my chest, honey, hair, some lipstick, we're going to say it all the way. So whatever I set out to say today, I'm saying it with my chest. And I'm going to say, well, understanding that the risk is not for me. It's for the person, the sister, the brother who's coming behind me to understand that it is possible. Not only is it possible, listen, you ain't gonna die when you take a risk. It ain't gonna happen. So on this great, most amazing day, as you set out to take risks today, as you set out to say it with your chest, as you set out to move and groove, do whatever it is you have to do, change the world, as you set out to do that thing, Natasha's here to help your sisters with your financial life, honey. Please make sure you check her out. Margaret is here to help you do all the things. And she has the 7 questions that you need to ask. Please make sure you check out her book. We're here for all the things. We are understanding the risk, and we're willing to take it. It doesn't make anybody better than anybody else. It is simply that we understand that the risk is already there. It's already there. I might as well, with the risk, try something with it. I might as well add some little razzle dazzle. I might as well add a little color. I might as well highlight it in pink and purple, honey. Throw a little yellow in there for some sunshine. Because if I'm going to do it, I might as well. If it's risky, you might as well do it. Just because it's risky does not mean you can't do it. Doesn't mean it was for somebody else, for somebody else to do, Jojo. That's for you. It ain't for me to do because you know I don't do that. Who said that? Who told you that? So on this great day, this is all risky business. Growth is risky. Honey, living is risky. Breathing is risky at this point. So handle your business and plan accordingly. So on this great, most amazing day, please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. If your friends and family don't have Facebook, send them over to YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Phyllis Morning shows. If y'all remember last year, Kimberly Jackson, who I met, Margaret, I think I met through you or through Willa Mae. I'm not sure. But Kimberly Jackson last year hosted a book club. And for 2 months, maybe 3 months, we did my book 1 and 2. And we created workbooks to go along with my book. So that as you read along chapter by chapter, there are questions that go with each chapter. So she is doing it again this year. I'm not sure if I'm going to do my books or if we're going to go deeper and read some other books. But if you would like to participate, this is free. It's 1 day out of the week that she does this. And her name is Kimberly Jackson. And I forget what her name is on. If you go down my page from yesterday, you'll see the tag that she tagged me in with her book club. So you're free to join and read along with us. Because it will not only be me, there will be other authors. So that month may not be my month. So we're working on the schedule so you can see what the other authors' books are reading. And you can, thank you for tagging her, Margaret. And you can see if you want to participate. It is free of charge. But I'm thinking I may do another book. If you would like copies of my workbook that go along to my book, my 2 books, my first 2 books, there it is, bit.ly/LPC products. You can go there and find the list, find the workbooks under there. So if you would like to use them, you can and go back and do that. So on this great, most amazing day, don't forget Sister Rise Retreat's coming up. It is in October. It is longer this year. It is 4 days. So it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So good morning, Joshua. It is those 4 days. We are absolutely doing more this year, but I am excited about it. So I want you to come ready to do the work. Okay? I don't want you to come ready to play. I don't want you to come. I mean, we're going to have a good time. We'll have fun. But I want you to understand some things. Like, the work with this year is a little bit thicker than it was last year. So, on this great, most amazing day, it's risky business. Take that risk, okay? You deserve it. You're already taking it anyway. So as you take the risk, Empowerment Summit, Margaret, make sure, the Empowerment Summit is coming up this year. I know I will be there to support Margaret. Margaret, please make sure you post the link so people can purchase their tickets if you'd like to do that. The Sister Rise, if you'd like to do that. The book club is coming up. We have a lot of things going on because we are doing the risky business, because the risk is not about us. All right, Josh, we ready to conquer the day? I am too. It's going to be the most amazing day. It's going to be the most amazing day ever. So have a good day. Be peaceful, period. Take the risk. Say it with your chest, or as Margaret says, say it with your boots. We're going to do all the things because we are capable. Listen, you are capable and able to do all the things regardless of the risk. You are capable and able to do all the things regardless of the risk. See, and I promise I'm going to end with this part. But some of us assume that because it is so risky, it's a little bit too much. I don't know. They assume that because it's that they're not the ones that has to take the risk. That's for somebody else to do. No, it's for your behind to do. Not nobody else. Not, oh, maybe it was for me. No, it was for you. It is for you to do. It is for you to understand. It is for you to take that risk, period. It ain't for nobody else. If it was for somebody else, friend, somebody else would be doing it. Right, Joshua? So take that risk today. Don't be thinking it ain't you, friend. It's you. You can do it. Take the risk today. And as you I'm sorry, Joshua, is it good now? Like, cause sometimes I think because I'm on my home internet, that's why, instead of my phone. Listen, take the risk. Tomorrow we're going to talk about instantly we're going to talk about instantly and what happens there from afar this year. And it's okay if it's not for you. It's okay if it's not for you. I had to learn that the hard way. It's okay if it's not for everybody. It doesn't mean that you stop what you're doing. If that relationship and love didn't work, it doesn't mean you hate all of womankind, all of mankind, and never trust and love again. It doesn't mean that. Just because that business venture didn't work doesn't mean you don't do it again. That's not what that means at all. I mean, if you want to think that's what it means, okay. But that's not what it means. So on this great, most amazing day, okay, it's risky business. Add some razzle dazzle to it today. Throw some glitter, some sprinkles in there. Say it with your chest. Okay. Add a little color, add a little flavor to it today. All right. So I want you to have the most amazing day ever. Please make sure you share the show because sharing is caring. Friends and family don't have Facebook. Send them to the YouTube channel. They can binge watch all the Fearless Morning shows over there. Don't forget and subscribe. Don't forget we have the podcast. We have the movies. We have the books. We have all the things that will help you along your journey. If I'm not for you, maybe it's Margaret. Okay. If it's not Margaret, maybe it's Miss Joe. If it's not Miss Joe, maybe it's Kimberly. And we're just saying, we're sharing what we know. Take what you need and leave it for somebody else. Okay? However you piece that together, make sure it pieces together for the betterment of your soul. So, have a great day, Kimberly. All right, guys, have a good day, and I'll see you here bright and early tomorrow morning. Have a good one.